Hey everybody, this is the third episode of How'd You Do It Wednesday. And hey, guess what? I'm getting it done on Wednesday, so go me. So for this episode, we are looking at this image here, which of course you can see, which is of the model Anna Marx. We are on the rooftop in Baltimore City. Really great natural light. Well, really great lighting per se. Natural light, of course, because we're outside. For this shot, actually, the idea came literally from her just sitting on the little couch thing, and just the pose was just her natural relaxing. I said, "Oh, I like this. Let me do something with let's develop it. Let's make it more dramatic and visual." So when I took this shot, first thing I'm looking at where the light's coming from, and I want to make her pop. So obviously, if you're looking at the image, you can tell the natural light, which is the sun, is setting from viewer's left, which is the left side of the screen. But I'm going to set the light on the viewer's right side, because what I want to do is I want it to pop. The background is going to be lighter on the left side of the image, but the person or the subject is going to be brighter on the right side. So there's a contrast, a light flow in what I'm doing. So that's how I wanted to pop. I felt like also her pose gave off a Renaissance vibe, like a painting, and I kind of liked how everything was going. So with me looking at how the light's working, I always want the model to be the brightest thing in the image when possible. So when I took the picture, I exposed for the ambient, or I exposed for the background, because I wanted the background to be darker. So with that, I'm probably shooting at, I want to say F5, 6, F8 once again, because I want it darker, but not so dark, but also I still want some depth of field in the image. And obviously the depth of field comes from the exaggerated distance between houses. So she's of course going to be crisp and sharp. The background is a little blurry, but not blurry where you can't tell what's going on in the background. Obviously, you can see the skies. You can see that the sun is setting because the clouds have that glow coming off of it from the evening sun. But as I said, I had the light coming from viewer right side. So it's a softbox. I want to say it's a 28 inch, 26-inch softbox. I have it very close to the model as well, so it's pretty much out of frame because I don't want a lot of light spill, and I didn't use a grid to control the flow of light. So it's more about pushing the softbox as close as possible without it being in the frame. So there was no use of generative fill to remove the softbox out the shot. Pushing in, make sure to feather the light, which means moving the softbox to prevent the light from spilling anywhere where it doesn't need to be, because if I didn't, there would have been a whole bunch of light all over the back of that couch and all on everywhere else, and I didn't want that. I wanted the light to be as focused as much as possible on her upper body, just to kind of keep your eyes there. So I feel like that worked for what I wanted, and by exposing for the background is darker, as you see the detail in the sky as well. It makes everything else darker. The shadows a little darker, but I didn't want the shadows to go black. So you definitely have to play around with your settings when you're doing something like this, because you don't want to, as they say, crush your blacks. You still want there to be some details in the shadows. So like under the couch, you can still see what's under the couch. You can still see there's like some paper or something there. You also can see the wood paneling a lot too. So it's like that it doesn't go jet black in the shadows, because I don't want that. I feel like that's too harsh. So like I said, I still want to have a very soft look to it. Like I said, not letting the shadows go solid black. And I feel like this came out really nice. I think it's a very great shot, meaning that something is very soft and feminine in her pose. Her curves are there. It's a beautiful red dress. Her hair is red. I feel like the colors work well. The red and blue, there's lots of warm tones all over. But you have that contrast of the coolness in the couch thing with the blue, but everything else is warm reds. So you got the sky and the couch in the blues, but the wood, the dress, the hair, her natural skin tones all in the reds. So I feel like that's a good complementary color going on there. Yeah, so hopefully you like this image. If you have questions about how to do something like this yourself, or if you have questions in general about photography and want to know something, leave it in the comments below. Please share, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And once again, thank you for visiting my TikTok, Instagram, wherever you see this at, because I'm sure I repost this in a lot of places. So thank you, and have a great evening.